Hello everybody, what's up? Logan here, Logan Lynch, student physical therapist. And I'm getting on here tonight because I have been thinking about doing a live talking about this topic for quite some time now. But I kept having excuses and reasons not to do it yet. I felt like maybe I wasn't going to say the right thing, or I wanted to have it perfectly planned how I was going to talk about it and things like that. But I was going against everything that everything that I believe in, as far as just kind of going with your gut and being real. And I'm trying to adjust this light, but Facebook does not like bright lighting, so it's like kind of fleshing me out. But yeah, so I was kind of going against everything that I always preach and talk about and believe in, as far as speaking from the heart and being real and raw. And so here I am. I'm doing it. So I wanted to talk about kind of what my goal is with my physical therapy career, and why I'm kind of pursuing this route, and why it's so beneficial to patients, and why direct access is so important, and all of that good stuff. So I am currently a third-year student at the University of Iowa Physical Therapy School, in my second full-time rotation right now, and I will graduate in December, taking my licensing exam in January. So I'm getting closer, people. The title of this live was that I'm going to try and not make it go too long, but it was, I want to work for patients and not insurance companies. And so I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of what a typical kind of progression might look like in physical therapy with an insurance, if you are basing it off of or working with insurance companies, or if you don't have direct access. Luckily, Iowa is a direct access state, so maybe I'll define that first. So that means that you can go see a physical therapist without going to see a physician first. So you don't need to go to a physician and get a referral to see a physical therapist. Now, I don't know all the details as far as different insurance companies and what they will pay for if you don't have a referral, but as far as getting access to a physical therapist goes, you do not need a referral from a physician to see a physical therapist, which is really, really cool in the first place, because there are a lot of people that go to physicians first for conditions that physical therapists are fully capable of treating and are able to diagnose and figure out what's going on and help you with that without seeing a physician first. And physicians are obviously very important, and they have a lot of knowledge that physical therapists don't learn in school. But physical therapists are also trained in what's called differential diagnosis. And so kind of identifying when things don't line up, when what's going on with your body, with your injury, with your pain aren't really making sense. And we are trained to refer you to a physician or refer you to someone else when we realize that your injury or your condition may be out of our scope of practice. But we learn that in school, and we are trained to identify kind of certain factors and certain signs that may come up that tell us, hey, this is out of what we are able to treat, maybe you should go see your physician. But there's a lot of money that is saved, healthcare dollars that are saved by going to see a physical therapist for a lot of musculoskeletal problems that a physician is going to refer you on to a physical therapist anyway. And so that is direct access. And so it's awesome that Iowa has that for those of you that are watching in Iowa. So there's a fun fact for you if you didn't know that. And so now I want to talk about the other part and why I have a very big goal and a vision of pursuing a cash-based physical therapy business and practice of my own, which is very scary to say and admit out loud, but that is kind of where my heart is. And I wanted to talk about what it is and why I want to pursue it, and why I want to work for patients and not insurance companies. So a lot of times in physical therapy, in our practice, people use their insurance companies to pay for healthcare, like everyone normally does. In physical therapy, there are a lot of people that come in, and so we have to provide documentation to insurance companies when we see you, and, telling them what we're doing, how you're progressing, and like when you come in for the first time, we do what's called an initial evaluation, and a lot of insurance companies, you will like kind of submit all our documentation for the evaluation, tell them what we think is wrong, how long we think it's going to take to kind of rehab that, whatever's going on. And then the insurance company approves visits for you to see a physical therapist. And there are, when insurance is paying for physical therapy, they're deciding what we get reimbursed for, and they're deciding what is worthy, what treatments are worth paying for. And the reason that I want to pursue what's called cash physical therapy, which is when you just pay a flat rate, like let's say I was your physical therapist. You would come to me and you would pay a flat rate price, and you would get to see me for however long that I thought you needed. And I would get to choose whatever I thought was best for whatever condition you have going on. And so basically why I want to pursue a cash physical therapy is because I will be a trained doctor of physical therapy. I was trained in identifying various musculoskeletal conditions. I was trained in identifying factors that tell me, hey, maybe this is outside my scope of practice, you need to see a physician. I know what's best for my patients, a lot of the time, and I understand what's going wrong with their body and where we need to go from here and how long I think it's going to take for this rehab process, and I don't want insurance companies telling me what I can and can't do with my patients when they are somewhere else sitting at a desk and they haven't seen you at all. They don't know, what's going on with your body. They only know by the notes that I'm providing. And so I want to work for you as a patient. I want to serve you and know what your goals are in your life. And I believe, and I have the skills and I have the knowledge to be able to create treatments and create interventions based around what I believe is going wrong and how I can help you get back to what you want to do. And, I don't want to be limited on the amount of minutes that I can see you, and I don't want to be told what interventions I can use and what exercises or what I should be focusing in my sessions by someone who has never met you, who has never evaluated you, who doesn't really know this scope of musculoskeletal conditions. I don't want to work for them who are telling me what to do with my patients when they have never seen you. Like, that concept, it's obviously so common, and that's typically what happens in the physical therapy profession is, you contract with insurance companies, and then you submit documentation and they reimburse and they pay back at a lower rate than what actually is charged, and most of the time. And my treatments are, determined a lot of the time by what insurance companies are paying for. And I don't want my practice, and I don't want to have to treat that way. If I want to see you for an hour, I want to see you for an hour. If you want to see me for an hour, I want you to be able to choose. If you want to have an hour and a half session, I want to be able to do that and not have to worry about not getting paid for it, or I don't want to have to worry about someone telling me what I can and can't do with you when they have no idea what's going on with you except some notes, some documentation. And so it really puts the power into our hands as far as therapist-patient or therapist-client relationship. We get to decide what we do. We get to decide together what you want to focus on and how many sessions that you want to see me for. I don't want to be told how long that I should see you if you want to be seen longer. If they're not going to pay for more visits, when I'm the expert. I'm the movement expert. I'm the movement scientist. I know typically how long it takes for muscle to recover from a tear, and how long it takes for bone to heal, and how long it takes for, certain injuries to rehab. Obviously that varies patient to patient, but I'm the expert and I'm the doctor of physical therapy, and I want to be able to make those decisions together with you. If you're still not able to pick up your grandchild because you still have back pain, I don't want to have to let you go from therapy because you want to continue working on that. It's not just about the pain you have. It's not just about an injury. It's about your life. Like what is your pain and injuries? What are they preventing you from doing in your life? Is it you can't play baseball with your son? Is it you can't pick up your grandchild? Is it that you constantly are living with low back pain when you're pregnant and everyone thinks that has to be normal when it really doesn't? All these things that we think is so normal, and we just live with these conditions when a physical therapist can help you. And when I have a cash-based business, like, you get to decide when you want to see me or how long you want to see me, how long we want to work together. And with that, I also empower you to not always depend on me. We're going to see each other how long we feel is best for you when you feel back to where you want to be. And then I'm going to put the power in your hands, and I'm going to give you the tools to continue on your own. So you're not always depending on me, because it's about you taking your health in your own hands. But I will give you the tools and the knowledge and help you along the way until you feel comfortable kind of going off on your own. And so I want to work for you. I want to have a one-on-one relationship where we have an agreement and we have a plan, and we get to decide what your goals are and how to pursue those, and not be influenced by outside factors, and not be told what I can and can't do by people who have never met you and who don't understand how this is impacting your life, and who don't understand what you're not able to do in your life anymore because of what's going on with you. And there's also times, where patients have to get approval from like their physician. The physician has to grant more visits. So I'll give you an example. So let's say you have shoulder pain and you are referred to physical therapy. And so I do an initial evaluation, and we are rehabbing for 6 to 8 weeks. And then we get to the end and we're out of visits. Insurance isn't going to pay for any more. You don't have any more approved from a physician. And so you have to go back to your physician who hasn't seen you for that entire 6 to 8 weeks. They don't know how you're doing in therapy except some notes or what I communicate to them, but they haven't been there. They don't know how it's impacting your life, because I'm the one that you've expressed that to, and I'm the one who has seen you every day and know what works and what isn't working. And you have to get visits from someone who hasn't been monitoring you for 6 to 8 weeks, or an insurance company who has never even met you and has no idea, besides some notes, what's been going on and how you've been doing and how this is impacting your life. And unfortunately, it doesn't always matter how it's impacting your life. It's more about how they can save the most money. So I want to pursue a business and a cash-based practice where I get to work for you. You make the investment in your health and in this relationship, and we figure out together what your goals are and how to work together towards those, and then figuring out a point where we can, put the tools in your hands and you can continue on your own. And that's what cash physical therapy is going to allow me to do in a business, is to be able to allow me to work for you and not have insurance looming over my head telling me, what therapies or what interventions are going to reimburse the most. Because as much as therapists, try not to let that influence their treatment, physical therapy practices are a business. Like, they have to stay afloat. They need a way to get reimbursed from insurance companies. So it's always going to be a factor, because they have to run a successful business, and that's fine. And there's obviously so many physical therapy practices that work with insurance companies and love their relationship that they have. And that's great. But I have a goal and I have a vision of pursuing something else, and pursuing that one-on-one patient-client relationship. And I want to work for you as patients and clients, and not work for insurance companies. And that's why direct access is so awesome, because you can come and see me whenever you feel like you want to get evaluated, whenever you feel like there is something impacting your life and you're not able to do what you want to do. You're not able to move in the way you want to. You're not able to perform at the level that you want to. And so I want you to have the power to come and see me and get a handle on that, and to figure out what's going on and to fix it, and to figure out a strategy for you to be more independent or to get to the place that you want to be. And that's what that allows. So, that is all my thoughts right now on that. I'm going to hopefully put up a blog post soon, kind of getting my thoughts down on paper, because whenever I go live, you know, like a lot of thoughts just go right out of my head and I forget a lot of things I wanted to say. But that is kind of the gist of, you know, why I'm so excited about pursuing a cash-based physical therapy business, and what it's going to allow us to do in the future as we work together as patient and client. So I'm super excited to finally graduate and become an official doctor of physical therapy. Still have a little bit of a while, but I'm getting closer to being able to work with you guys and being able to create that relationship, and we get to work together to figure out how you can move more and live more. It's all about life, liberty, and the pursuit of mobility. So this is Doc Logan in motion, talking about why I want to work for you guys as patients and not work for insurance companies, and why Cash Physical Therapy is going to allow me to do that. So I hope you guys are excited, as I am, for me to graduate and for us to work together. So I have no idea, I have an idea, but still a lot up in the air as far as what my business is going to look like after graduation, but I'm very, very excited for the pursuit of this dream of mine and what it's going to allow me to offer to you guys and to serve you guys as patients, as clients in the future. So if you have any questions about anything I talked about, you can comment down below, you can send me a message, you can send me an email asking me about anything I talked about, or just anything physical therapy in general. I'm hoping to go live a little bit more often on here just to share information, kind of share with you guys the journey of me up until graduation and then afterwards, and what my business is going to look like, and just so you guys can watch kind of the progression of going from school out into the real world and being a new grad physical therapist, and seeing me kind of build this vision of mine. Who knows what it's going to look like or turn into by the time I graduate, but that's the fun of it, is I want to share every step of the way with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy the journey as much as I am enjoying it. Thank you guys for watching. There was a lot of you that hopped on, so I really appreciate it. And for all of you that catch this later, comment down below any questions or message me, but I will talk to you guys soon.